there's quite a bit to read. In the TV series Vikings, the main character's oldest son is Bjorn Lothbrok. Perhaps the best, at least the least insane, of Ragnar's many sons, Bjorn was a far better leader than so many of his peers. Yes, the series is heavily fictionalized, but it still works. Anyway, there was one episode that I watched with my wife. We enjoyed many series in the evenings, always treasuring a few quiet moments together amid the hustle of the everyday world. In this episode, the Vikings were attacking Paris with its medieval walls. Bjorn was trying to rally his troops at the foot of the scaling ladders, and some were having second thoughts. As bodies fell from above, along with rocks and anything else that desperate defenders could lay their hands on, they understandably shied away. This isn't very hard to understand at all. The ancient tactic of defeating walled fortifications by tossing a ladder against them is an effective one, mostly because it's so cheap. But it's also appallingly dangerous. A huge percentage of the soldiers that go up these ladders are going to either fall down dead or end up dead at the parapet. This is why the ancient Romans had an extremely coveted award, the Corona Muralis, or Muro Crown, for the first man to get over the wall of a city they were besieging. This wasn't just your ordinary medal. A gold crown shaped like a battle meant to signify the achievement was just a start. The award came with a huge financial bonus and would catapult the recipient to fame, status, and political advancement. They would be set for life. Bjorn didn't have any such crown to hand out to his beleaguered troops. Instead, he used something as dear to his Vikings, Norsemen and shield maidens all, as Romans valued advancement. Valhalla. Every Viking knew of Odin's famed eternal meat hall from the stories they had heard from birth. Fight all day and feast all night, along with all the day's wounds and deaths, instantly healed so they can do it all the next day. Forever. And they were very motivated to reach it. The Romans had material wealth and great status that they could make someone very comfortable indeed. But for those Scandinavian farmers turned adventurers, this mortal life was hard, dirty, cold, and brutal, regardless of any status. There wasn't much they could hope for beyond just looting enough to stay alive. Knowing this, Bjorn confronted a scared man, pointed his sword up one of the ladders, and bellowed, "Valhalla is that way!" Few of us now are trying to reach Valhalla. There is no crown anymore, with the attendant's huge purse and guaranteed office to milk for immense wealth, just for scaling a ladder. What we in this age are trying to achieve is something a bit less spectacular, but still so important. We're looking for a way to be better. Better for ourselves. To feel less like we only exist and more that we live. That we can do amazing things and even maybe inspire others to try and do the same. Better for those we love, to make them proud of us, to live up to their expectations and exceed them even, to pull those we care about with us and see the joy in their faces at our achievements, to even someday feel somebody we care for fall into our arms and sob uncontrollably, overcome with emotion for an achievement they finally pulled off, one that they thank us for helping them attain. But we do not know the way. We are surrounded by so many who purport to know and are more than willing to tell us. But everything they do is a self-serving lie. They tell us it's easy. Just follow me. Only to find out they want to sell us something. That they want us to fail so they can sell us something else then. This is the foundation of the entire enormous self-help industry. I'm not selling a book, a course, some online program. I do this for nothing. I'm actually out a lot of my own money. Do I know the way for everyone? Of course not. Everyone is different. Everyone has their own goals, their own capabilities. But what I can tell you is that, at least for me, I found the way. The way out of the most brutal and grinding depression that I can possibly imagine, where I felt utterly emptied inside. The way to overcome decades of doubt and hatred for myself, a struggle I still endure to this very day. The way to try to be more than just a warning, an avatar of everyone's most terrifying fear, a mockery of failure. Am I perfect? Oh, fuck no. But I'm still here. And you're listening to me. And a huge part of why that is true is this. I found that I could set truly impossible goals and then actually do it. I have an entire rack of medals over there on the other side of the TV, full of tangible proof that I did something that would have been totally unthinkable to me only a few years ago. And I have learned so many things out there that it is not the finish. It is the race. It is not the last step that counts, but the next one. And that we do not have to do everything. We can fail. We will fail. And that we can keep getting back up anyway. Keep taking that one more step. And keep going even when everything is screaming at you to stop. And that if you keep doing that, you will eventually find yourself crossing the finish line and somebody will be trying to hang a medal around your neck. That speaking about my own failure and how hard it is day after day isn't annoying or something unwanted. I lived in fear for so long that my endless reports were just so much spam. But I get told so many times by so many that they read them every single day. And they tell me that I've inspired them. Me! Inspired them to try themselves. I've had those I care for tell me that I saved them. That I've given them hope to overcome things so much worse than I've lived through. I don't have a crown to give to someone for doing something amazing. I wish I did. And I do not know the way to Valhalla. But at least for me, I do know the way to try to be better. I do know the way to try. And it is embodied in these images which have been showing behind me this whole time. 10 states, 3 countries, 12 races. Rain, snow, ice, frost, dark, fog, or just the endless path ahead, even in the best of conditions. Some of these sights I will never see again. Some I have seen literally 1,000 times, including this morning. One of these images, in fact, I did take this morning. And as of this morning, these paths altogether came to 2,000 miles in a little over the past 2 years. A better you is that way. I love you all.